Well, like so many people, I'd thrown my energies into my family and into my work and into my community activities. And one day when I was in my mid-30s, my two sons had challenged me to a little fun run that was occurring. And I didn't know fun and run appeared in the same line of English. And when I finished this little fun run, which was 2 kilometers, I realized how badly out of shape I was. And I thought, I've got to do something about it. And my father and brother had been in the military, and I thought one of the quickest ways to get in shape was to start running. So every morning when it was still dark and the neighbors couldn't see this chubby little guy running around the block, I got up and I started to run. And running in the morning, I was able to lose weight. And it wasn't very long till I'd lost the weight and got in shape, and then discovered that I was once again an athlete, and I discovered the thrill of being an athlete. So many people, when they start an exercise program, they're like me. They start an exercise program for a specific goal. I had 2 problems. I was overweight and I was smoking. And I started to run when I didn't try to do anything about my weight or my smoking. I just started to run thinking that would solve both problems, but I still smoked. And it was when I finally quit smoking and discovered that within 2 or 3 days of quitting smoking, my running improved dramatically. And all of a sudden, where I was struggling to run 2 to 3K, I was able to run 5K in just a matter of a few days. And I thought, wow, this gave me the motivation to never have a cigarette again. The will for an addiction like cigarettes, for any addiction, has to come from within. And for me, that will from within came from being hooked on a positive addiction, that I feel good and I get high on myself rather than I get high on the nicotine. If you talk to any runner as an athlete, they'll tell you the thrill of the finish line. As they come down the finish line, they hear the crowd and they feel that exhilaration of the finish line. I feel that exhilaration every time I come back from a run. There's days I start a run and I feel sluggish and I feel heavy and I don't feel like running and I've got all kinds of excuses. But 10 minutes into my run, I always feel good, and when I'm done, I always feel terrific. Part about exercise is our self-esteem improves when we exercise. World leaders, if you look at the world leaders, most of them exercise. If you look at the presidents of the United States, like them or hate them for their politics, but look at all the recent presidents of the United States, every single one of them have made exercise part of their daily routine. Now, love them or hate them for their politics, if the President of the United States, the leader of the largest country in the free world, can make time for exercise, you can too. So there's no excuse for not making time to get out there. There's no excuse for saying I'm too busy. There's no excuse for saying I can't do it.